Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to find out if the size of your pick affects tone. So, I recently bought a 3D printer because I'm a nerd and I think they're cool and I don't know anything about them. It was totally just for fun, and one of the things that I was thinking about as a guitar player was what are some of the things that I can print that would be cool and sort of related to guitar. A lot of them were like little gadgets and trinkets, like this little guitar pick holder or whatever. I'm sure some of you watching probably have played with this stuff a little bit. But one of the things that I also started printing were guitar picks. And I realized, hey, I think we could do a test of the same exact size and shape pick, just with different thicknesses. It'd be a really easy model for me to make, just to learn how to make models. And we could do a tone test to see what the differences were, what they sounded like. And so in this video, that's what this is. I've printed this model, and this is the same shape pick. And I believe I took the shape of the pick from a pick that I use a lot, one of the Red Bear trading picks. The Classic 2, I think it is. I'll put a link up to that if you guys are curious about those. Love those picks. So it's the same shape as that pick that I know and love. There's no speed bevel. There's no like dots in it or anything like that. Nothing else fancy. It's just the dimensions of that pick, the height and the width. And then all I've changed is if I put it at this angle, hopefully you can see. Up here we've got, I think, a 2 millimeter, and then down by 0.2 millimeter all the way down here to the thinnest I could print, or at least I think I could print. So what we're gonna do is play through sound samples. I'll do one string at a time, just a pluck of a string and let it ring out. And I'll do a low E, and I'll do a high E, and then I'll do some eighth notes, some alternate picking on them, and then I'll just do some chords. I'll probably just pick one chord and vamp that chord a little bit, and we'll be able to, I'll cut them back to back and cut the audio back to back, and we'll be able to compare the differences. Okay, well, thank you for watching that. I hope you found that interesting. Subtle differences. I think I'm hearing that the thicker pick has a bit of a brighter attack. I think I'm hearing that. Let me know in the comments if you are hearing that as well, or if you're hearing something different. I'll also just say a quick word about the feeling of the picks. When it got down to the thinner picks, it was very floppy, and so easier for that little like chord vamp, and a little bit more difficult to play those tight, like the 16th notes, right? The quicker alternate picking stuff, which is kind of what I expected. But when it gets down to the thinnest one was 0.4 millimeter. I've never seen a pick sold in a store that's that thin, and I think there's a reason for that. It was very hard to play, and I had to choke up on the pick a lot to get what I felt like was the control that I needed. And just one final quick word on how I actually ended up recording that. I wrote this little stupid etude, and basically I played it at 60 BPM. You can see back here, played it at 60 BPM a bunch of times at the same, so that it was locked in, and that made it easy for me to just switch between the different clips and audio of the playing. So that was kind of fun. Maybe that was the best way to do that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you thought this was interesting. Again, if you heard something different than me. If there's a problem with the test, I definitely noticed maybe some instances where, like, every time I hit the first big strum of the E chord, I feel like maybe I was hitting it a little bit harder. Maybe. So maybe there's a better way I could do a test like this, or a more interesting version of this test to do. Let me know if you have any ideas for that in the comments. I would love to take you up on those. And yeah, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. And remember, if it sounds good, it is good.